14 Golden Principles of Fashion Business to help you master your craft. Build wealth and find joy. Intro, Sparkles emoji. In fashion, some people struggle endlessly and give up, while others rise from nothing to build a brilliant career. Light bulb emoji. The difference isn't luck, it's that they've mastered 14 golden principles that help them not only sharpen their craft, but also achieve wealth and lasting happiness. Let's dive in. Hello, my friends, especially the women pursuing a career in fashion. Fashion business isn't just about beautiful designs or quality products. It's a long journey that requires constant learning, growth, and transformation. I want to share with you 14 golden principles that will help you not only master your craft but also achieve sustainable success, career growth, and a joyful life. Each principle is not just a piece of advice, it's a deep mindset I've drawn from my own journey. Be ready, because these principles will change how you work and help you go much further in this industry. I know everyone is busy, but what I share today isn't about quick tips. These are deep insights gathered through years of experience, challenges, and lessons from those who came before me. You might not grasp everything in just one listen. That's why I encourage you to watch this video till the end, and subscribe so you can return anytime. Who knows? On the days you feel tired or want to quit, these principles might be the motivation that keeps you moving forward. Principle 1, learn to teach back. In fashion, many people hold tightly to their secrets, afraid of losing their edge. But the truth is, the more you share, the better you get. Imagine you're running a small workshop. Instead of assigning simple, repetitive tasks, start teaching your staff each step, each technique. At first, they may only handle the easiest parts, cutting a straight line, sewing a small detail. But by working and learning at the same time, they not only earn income, they also grow in skill. This is important. If someone has to spend 1 to 2 years paying to learn without earning anything, most will quit. But if they can learn while working and get paid, they'll have the motivation to stick with it. That's why people say, practice makes perfect. Now think about this, if you only learn alone, you might become skilled, but you won't become well known. You won't build a large brand. But if you teach others, you naturally become a teacher. Teaching forces you to think deeper, analyze better, and research more to explain clearly. And that's how you become truly great. Much faster. Principle 2, the mindset of capital and money management. In fashion business, everyone starts with the same question: how much capital do I have? But capital is only the surface. What matters more is how you use it, whether money becomes a driver of growth or a heavy burden. Own money versus borrowed money, a shift in mindset. Some people start with their own savings, because it feels safe money. They're less pressured. But that also makes them careless, spending loosely, experimenting randomly. The result? Money gone before cash flow is created. On the other hand, if you treat that money as if it were borrowed, your mindset changes. Suddenly you feel the need to manage, to rotate, to calculate carefully. The feeling of needing to repay makes you serious and disciplined. And discipline is what creates success. Cash flow discipline, the lifeline of business. In fashion, the most important thing is cash flow. Orders bring hope. Money coming in keeps you alive. Many fail not because of bad products, but because they don't know how to keep money flowing. So create clear habits. Which money is for rotating? Which money is for savings? Which money is for reinvestment? Separate them right from the start. Don't mix them. Those who master cash flow discipline will eventually build a strong, stable business. Focus instead of spreading thin. A common mistake, at the very start, trying to do everything: dresses, blouses, accessories, all kinds of designs. This burns capital quickly. The wiser way, focus on a few core products. Perfect them, sell them solidly, and use those key products to rotate cash. Then, gradually expand. This way, Even small capital can generate big results. Small capital isn't scary, lack of discipline is. Many think it's hard to start without big capital. But capital isn't the main problem. The real problem is how you use it. Some have plenty but spend wrong, ending up with nothing. Others start with little, but manage wisely, rotate carefully, and grow step by step. So don't worry too much about how much capital you have. Worry about how you manage and use it. That's the real key. Healing financial fears with positive thinking. Money often comes with fear, fear of not enough, fear of loss, fear of failure. But when you see money as a partner, something to be managed, nurtured, and grown, your mindset changes. You worry less, feel less pressure, and become more proactive. Positive thinking about money gives you peace of mind. And that peace is exactly what gives you strength to keep moving forward. In short, having more or less capital does not decide success. What decides is how you treat it. Learn discipline, focus, and positivity. When you master money, you master the entire path of fashion entrepreneurship. Principle 3, build your personal brand through teaching and sharing. In fashion, there's a truth few people realize: to succeed, being skilled is not enough. You need to be known. You need a personal brand. And remember this, personal brand does not start with a shop sign. Many people think you need a big store, a fancy location, or a grand collection launch to have a brand. Those things matter, but they're not the starting point. Personal brand actually begins with something very simple: sharing and teaching others. When you teach, you lift yourself up. Think back to the last time you guided someone, maybe showing them how to sew a detail or choose fabric. In that very moment, they saw you as a teacher. Here's the magic: when you teach, you're forced to learn deeper, to understand better. If before you knew 5 parts, teaching pushes you to complete all 10. You research more, you practice explaining clearly, and through that, you grow faster than ever. From worker to teacher. As a worker, no matter how hard you try, you can only produce a limited number of products. But when you both work and teach, you multiply your value. One student can take on 1 part of the work. 2 students can handle 2 more. Your whole workshop runs because of the knowledge you passed on. At that point, you're not just someone who makes products. You become the person who creates people who can make products. And that position is completely different. Personal brand is your true asset. Machines can be bought. Materials can be imported. Staff can be hired. But personal brand? That cannot be purchased. It can only be built through the value you give away. Every student you train, every customer you share with, they are seeds of credibility. Those seeds spread, introduce you to others, and grow your personal brand. Don't fear losing your craft. The more you share, the better you become. Some women hesitate to teach, afraid of losing their secrets. But the truth is, a secret only has value when it spreads. Those who hoard it remain workers. Those who share often rise to become teachers, leaders, and through that, become known. Conclusion: if you want to go fast, you can go alone. But if you want to go far and strong, you need a personal brand. And the fastest way to build a personal brand in fashion is this: teach and share. Principle 4, choose a signature product and create a customer magnet. In fashion business, you can't do everything at once. If you try to cover too many designs, you end up wasting time, wasting money, and customers won't know what makes you special. Why do you need a signature product? People remember you for one mark, not for doing everything. Every brand has a signature. For you, it could be a straight-cut dress, an office gown, a jacket style, anything. As long as when customers see it, they immediately think of you. A signature product is like the tip of a spear, sharp, focused, going first. It paves the way into the market, creates recognition, and only then do you expand into other lines. Customer magnet products, not for profit, but for attraction. In business, some products don't bring high profit, but they bring customers into your store, make them stay longer, and earn their trust. That's what we call a customer magnet product. How to combine signature and magnet products. Signature product builds your brand, shows your style, makes you stand out. Magnet product, easy to buy, easy to spread, brings a wider customer base. When you combine both, you gain uniqueness and reach. This is the smart formula for sustainable growth. Don't pick too many. Pick the right ones. The biggest mistake is trying to do everything. You only need one signature product and one magnet product to start. Do them really well. Create an unforgettable experience. Then customers will return. When they return, they'll explore more. And that's when you expand your catalog. Conclusion: in fashion business, less but refined always beats more but scattered. Choose one signature product to build your brand, and one magnet product to widen your market. That's the solid foundation for a long journey. Principle 5, selling is about selling experience and value. In fashion, many people still think selling means, show the product, set the price, take the money. But the truth is, that's not it. Customers don't just buy a dress or a shirt. They buy the feelings and the experience that come with it. Experience matters more than the product. The atmosphere of the store, the attentive consultation. A beautiful product is the minimum requirement, but the experience is what keeps customers loyal. A dress may look the same in many shops, but the feeling customers get when they put it on, being complimented, being heard, that can only come from you. Value goes beyond the fabric. In fashion, what customers really pay for is confidence. When they wear your design, they feel more beautiful, more elegant, more ready to step into work, an event, or everyday life. You're not selling fabric and stitches, you're selling a better version of your customer. When you understand this, your whole approach changes. You stop pushing clothes, and you start becoming a solution provider. Create emotions that customers will never forget. Add a little extra touch. Send a small note with the product, wishing you always shine in this dress. Remember their name, their body shape, their style, so next time, your advice fits perfectly. Deliver your products with a sense of respect and care. These small details create powerful emotions. And it's emotion that makes customers return and recommend you to others. Sell-through stories. Every fashion product has a story, from the fabric, perfect for busy summer office days, elegant yet comfortable. Just by changing your words, you've changed the value. Conclusion: selling in fashion isn't about selling clothes. It's about selling confidence, selling experiences, selling life values. Principle 6, pricing. Don't sell cheap. Sell value. In fashion business, one of the biggest mistakes is thinking, if I sell cheap, I'll get more customers. But the reality is, cheap doesn't make you rich. It only makes you exhausted. Selling cheap, a short road that leads to nowhere. When you compete on price, you turn yourself into a market stall. Customers come only because you're cheap. But out there, someone is always willing to sell even cheaper. And so the price war drags you down, profits vanish, and your effort is never valued. Value is why customers choose you. Customers don't buy because it's cheap. They buy because of value. They want to look beautiful and confident. They want good service. They want durability and trustworthiness. They want to feel worth every penny. If you give them that, they'll gladly pay more. Pricing high, with the right mindset. High pricing doesn't mean random overcharging. It means, your product is truly high quality. You create an experience that feels different. You tell your story and affirm your brand. When these three align, a high price becomes a fair price. Customers buy confidence, not fabric. Always remember, fashion is just the medium. What customers truly buy is the confidence they feel when wearing it. If an outfit makes them confident walking into a conference, glowing at a party, or feeling more attractive in daily life, then the price is absolutely worth it. When you dare to price high based on value, you place yourself among professionals, respected, long-term players in the industry. Conclusion: in fashion, Don't let price define who you are. Let the value you bring define the price. High pricing isn't about taking money from customers, it's about affirming your brand and honoring your own worth. Principle 7. Turn customers into life connectors. In fashion business, customers are not just people who buy your products. They can also become free ambassadors for you, if you know how to build real connection. This is what I call life connectors. What are life connectors? Life connectors are the quality relationships you build throughout your journey. It could be a loyal client, a teacher, a friend in the community, or even a colleague. Each person has their own network, and when they are satisfied with you, they naturally introduce you to others. Do excellent work to earn recommendations. Customers will never refer you if you are just average. To create life connectors, you must leave a real impression, make them look even better than they expected. Care for them sincerely. Not just before the sale but after as well. Show them they are more than just a transaction to you. When they feel this, they'll gladly talk about you to family, colleagues, and friends. Choose the right people to become connectors. Some people naturally have greater influence. Every customer is a doorway. See every customer not just as a sale, but as a door opening to new opportunities. One happy client could bring 5, 10, even hundreds of others. That's the compounding power no paid advertisement can match. Conclusion: in fashion, don't just aim to sell to one client. Aim to turn them into connectors. With many connectors, your brand will spread naturally, sustainably, and powerfully. Principle 8. The power of community. One of the biggest mistakes in fashion business is thinking you can do everything alone. Walk solo, and still succeed. The truth is, you might go fast alone, but you'll only go far with a community. When you have a community, everything changes. You receive experience from those who went before you. You get energy when you feel like giving up. You have a place to introduce products and connect with clients. A community is like an ecosystem. It's not just about receiving, but also giving. And it's through this two-way exchange that you grow much faster. Community multiplies your value. Alone, you can only serve a limited number of clients. But in a community, your value multiplies many times over. Example: you're great at office dress design. Someone else is skilled at accessories. Another is talented in marketing. Together, you form a complete value chain. Customers benefit more, and each of you expands your reach. Community builds credibility. When you're recognized by a community, your reputation doesn't just come from your own words, it comes from the endorsement of many others. This is far more powerful than any advertisement. Customers always trust what a community supports. Walk together for sustainability. Business is not just about money, it's also about spirit. Along a long journey, there will be times you feel tired or discouraged. Community is the place that lifts you up, reminding you that you're not alone, that many others are walking this path with you. Conclusion: in fashion, always find a community for yourself. When you connect and contribute, you not only become stronger, but you also go further, and more sustainably. Principle 9. Master your time. In fashion business, many women think that working long hours and being extremely hardworking will make them rich faster. But the truth is, working more doesn't always mean earning more. What matters is how you use your time. Time is more precious than money. Money lost can be earned back, but time once gone never returns. Work smart, not just hard. Mastering time means knowing how to divide it. Time for production, time for sales, time for learning and self-development, time for rest and energy renewal. Owners are different from employees in one key thing: they must spend at least a portion of every day thinking about strategy, where to find new customers, which product to focus on, how to grow the brand further. If you skip this, you'll always stay stuck in small tasks, never lifting your shop or brand to the next level. Know when to stop. Mastering time also means knowing when to say no. Some orders are not worth taking. Some tasks don't need to be done by you. Only when you can give up the small things to save strength for the big ones. Are you truly in control? Conclusion: time is priceless. Manage it like you manage money, or even stricter. When you master your time, you master your work, your income, and your life. Health and energy, the foundation for the long journey. In fashion, many women are used to sleepless nights, early mornings, long hours at the sewing table, rushing to meet clients, delivering products. Some think, if I just work hard enough, success will come. But the truth is, if you sacrifice your health, you won't go far. Health is the most important capital. You can borrow money, borrow resources, ask for help, but no one can lend you health. Once your body breaks down, all plans collapse. That's why health isn't the last priority, it's the first foundation for everything. Energy shapes your presence. In fashion, customers don't just buy products, they also buy your energy. A seller who is lively, cheerful, full of vitality creates trust and attraction. On the other hand, if you're always tired, complaining, or drained, no matter how beautiful your designs are, customers won't feel excited. Learn to care for yourself. Eat regularly, don't skip meals because you're too busy. Practice light exercise to keep your body flexible. Rest at the right times to recharge. Keep a positive spirit, don't carry all the pressure alone. These may sound simple, but they are the true secret to going the distance. Mental health is just as important. Creative work needs a relaxed mind. Give yourself small breaks, moments of silence, deep breathing, or even just enjoying a quiet cup of tea. That too is recharging your spirit. Conclusion: in your fashion journey, health and energy are your number one assets. With health, you have creativity. With energy, you inspire your customers and your team. Mastering your health means mastering the long road ahead. Principle 11, the cause and effect mindset in fashion business. In life, and in business, there's a rule that never fails: you reap what you sow. Whatever seeds you plant, sooner or later, that's the harvest you'll receive. In fashion business, understanding this law of cause and effect is the secret to sustainable success. So value, reap trust. When you create a product with genuine care, choosing quality fabric, sewing neatly, paying attention to every detail, customers can feel it. Maybe at first, you won't sell at high prices, but your sincerity will build trust. And trust is the most valuable currency in business. So sincerity, reap relationships. A kind question, a smile, a thoughtful gesture. Sometimes these are worth more than an advertising campaign. If you're willing to share an experience, a tip, a skill with others, you don't lose anything. In fact, you gain more: credibility, respect, and even unexpected opportunities. The person you help today could become your greatest connector tomorrow. So greed, reap collapse. On the flip side, if you only chase money, cut corners, overpromise and underdeliver, yes, you might earn short-term profit, but sooner or later, customers will leave. The law of cause and effect spares no one. Conclusion: in fashion, every action you take is a seed. Plant good seeds: kindness, sincerity, sharing, and the sweet fruit you'll harvest is loyal customers, a strong brand, and peace of mind in your own life. Principle 12, vision, see far to go far. In fashion business, many only think about how many pieces can I sell today? How much can I earn this month? But if you stop there, you'll always be stuck in survival mode. To succeed long term, you need a bigger vision. Vision versus short-term goals. Short-term goals are orders, revenue, expenses. Vision is the bigger picture. What do you want your brand to become in 3, 5, 10 years? How do you want customers to remember you? How do you want your team to grow with you? People with vision always lead the market. Fashion changes quickly. Today's trend may disappear tomorrow. If you only chase trends, you'll always be behind. But with vision, you choose your own path, you lead instead of follow. The one who sees a step ahead becomes the one guiding the whole market. Vision helps you overcome challenges when times get tough. If you only focus on the present, you'll easily give up. But with a long-term vision, you'll see today's struggles as just small tests on the bigger journey. Vision gives you the strength to keep going. Vision inspires your team. Your staff don't just need a monthly paycheck, they need to see a future. If you have a clear vision and share it with them, they'll feel motivated to walk with you, because they know they're contributing to something greater. So don't just ask, how do I sell today? Also ask, who do I want to become in 5 years? Conclusion: when you have vision, you choose the right path, stay more consistent, and build a brand that lasts. Principle 13, the power of perseverance. In fashion business, there are many who are talented, have capital, and even great ideas, yet still fail. On the other hand, there are those who start with little knowledge, not much money, but because they persevere to the very end, they succeed. What's the secret? It's persistence. Talent may start the journey, but perseverance finishes it. You might be excellent at one skill, or you might launch a beautiful collection, but if you quit halfway, everything goes back to zero. Success doesn't come from one moment of brilliance, but from the long journey of repetition, practice, and persistence. Perseverance turns difficulties into lessons. In fashion, everyone has faced unsold stock, returned items, or designs that didn't sell. Those who quit see it as failure. Those who persevere see it as a lesson, something to fix, to improve. This perspective decides the path you take. Perseverance builds credibility. In fashion, those who endure are the ones who reach the destination and harvest the rewards. Principle 14, sustainable success, beyond money. It's about life's meaning. Sustainable success must go further, working in fashion to live a life of meaning. Fashion doesn't just feed you, it nurtures value. Every product you create, every client you help feel more beautiful, is a seed of value planted in life. That's how you make society more aesthetic, more refined, and ultimately, when you focus on creating value, money will come naturally, and your success will be much more solid. Success is about spreading, not keeping. Life has meaning when you leave a mark. Time will pass, money will be spent, but what you leave in people's hearts will last a very long time. It might be a word of encouragement, a dress that made them feel confident, or a lesson in the craft they carry for life. Conclusion: sustainable success in fashion isn't only about revenue numbers. It's about living a life of value, contribution, and meaning. When you work with heart, wisdom, and love, money, reputation, joy, and happiness will come and stay. Sparkles emoji. Today's sharing may close here, but this is the very moment you open your own journey. I wish you not only mastery in your craft and success in your business, but also peace and meaning in every step you take. Remember, success is not magic, it's the result of what you plant and nurture every single day. If you found today's talk helpful, don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you never miss a new video. Speech bubble emoji. And now I'd love to hear from you. What impressed you most in today's sharing? Or do you have suggestions to make this channel even better? Leave your comments below. Let's exchange and learn from each other.